Ja. Mijn mechanical skill gaat wel omlaag als ik tilt, so I just try to not tilt. Maar gisteren was wel zo'n exceptional level aan unfortunateness dat over me heen kwam. Ik wilde unfortunacity zeggen. Ja, ik vond het grappig. Unfortunateness. Het grappige is dat unfortunateness basically gewoon unfortune is. Getting far. Holy shit! Oh! Holy... Wow! It was really a fluke. What? What happened? Welcome to this probably pretty lengthy process in which I'm going to describe how exactly I beat BuTiTi III, because I beat this on a local copy and for good reason. And I can quickly summarize the reason being the 2.2 update, which caused a lot of bugs, but I want to show you exactly which bugs I encountered and how I solved them, because obviously, even though I just played this game for fun and I beat levels for fun, I do want to be transparent about the things I'm doing to levels as to why, that warrant me playing this on a local copy and not beating this on the original version, which I will just cheat this in because I think my altered version plays exactly the same as how this version should work in 2.1. Or like exactly the same, not completely because the physics are like forever altered now, but it's about the same difficulty, not easier, not being made easier by any means. So let's just dive right into this if the if the game loads. First of all, the obvious 86%. I uploaded a video of me dying to this bug. I have reviewed videos from like Technical, GD, Nexus, who also beat this level. Nexus, of course, the verifier. And of myself beating this part of the level. And in no way am I doing anything different than they are in... Oh, let's just increase that. Let's go to the edit mode. This part of the level. I'm making about the same jumps, and we are all trying to hit this black orb as early as possible. And what happens is we nearly crash into this thing, but we just about evade them, all of us, and then we land just where we should land. However, if you look at the recording that I uploaded for this 86% death, it doesn't even look like it was going to be hitting this blue pad. Just the difference in physics, which can even be within the level itself, like between starting positions, made me die to this thing without me being able to do anything about it. So, what I did was I relocated this blue pad and the platform a bit to the left, and I also extended this platform a bit to the left, because maybe if I did this only, then I would still die to like the ramp or something. I didn't want to risk it, so that's what I did over here. It's a pretty quick slider here because the level is pretty long. Then this was actually the first bug I encountered while practicing the level. I couldn't even get through this part. And as you can see over here, it looks absolutely stupid. I'm going to highlight the right sections. Is this thing, which is like slightly lower than it should be. And it's this thing, which is very obviously lower than it should be. And it's only this thing. Only the left half of this horizontal bottom section of the dash orb. And that is because if I have this like so, like normal, and also the other spikes like normal, then if I have a start position, or even if I'm just doing a practice run from close to there, I think I even still have a start position ready for that. And let's save separately from playing it, because otherwise the game might crash. Now I can safely press save and play. So now I quote unquote patched it, right? Oh, this is the wrong level. This is the BuTiTi III. Now I have unverified my level. Well, that you have seen live. I have to go into this one. You will see this, the uncut version of me ranting on the bugs 2.2 got us into with the level. If we make them all like how they should be, I think it's about this. Yeah, and then we save. Then we go into save and play. We have a little wait. We have about 3 starting positions here. Going back to this one. Watch me not being able to beat that part. Oh, well. That's a spooky discovery. Let's see if we do a starting position 1 back, if it still actually breaks. So we go through here. And then we survived this time. Well, that was a very bad proof of why that part was bad, but then again, these patches don't make any difference to the gameplay, right? So what I did was I made this part such that there was one little horizontal bar a little bit down, and these blocks were down a bit, because otherwise each time when I started playing this level, when I hit this thing, I just died halfway through, and I made sure that I was actually hitting it, because you will die at around the same position when you miss the dash orb. But there's no difference in gameplay when patching that. While it looks like it's absolutely idiotic. Then there's two other positions where a bug appeared. That was over here, in this section of the level. I have edited in this little line. If I can actually, let me take that line. Yeah, here. I've edited in this little slope, and I have moved these spikes. I've moved them a bit down, because otherwise their hitboxes would still, they would still go through the slope and kill the cube. Why did I do this? Well, you have to jump from a slope, and we all know in 2.2 the slope physics have been severely altered. And so I have been looking at, once again, recordings I made myself and recordings from people who beat this previously in 2.1, and I saw that even if I made the jump, there was a chance I would be making a jump, it was actually kind of a frame perfect. It was getting close to one, at least. I still saw that my cube was never reaching the trajectory that the other cubes would from the 2.1 completions. So I figured that it was because of these slopes, altered physics thingy, and I edited this little slope in, because this really should just be a jump at this position and not a very timed jump of which you have like 5% of actually passing it. Then lastly, we have this row of spikes, which I have seen be called a potential bug, but because of how consistently it appeared when practicing this level, I decided to actually lower these. As you can see over here, it's a very slight bit lowered, because if I didn't, then nearly however I jumped in this beginning section of the duel, I would always die to the cube waving here. And you can do nothing in this part of the section to prevent your cube, your like bottom cube, from dying right down there. It was entirely based on how you clicked in these first three, and while there were ways to play around this, it felt unreasonably much harder than how hard I think this level should have been played. And if this was such a like common death as how much I have walked into this in the beginning of practicing this level, then this death should have been much more known in the community, as BuTiTi III is actually not one of the least popular levels. It's being played, and it has been known for quite some time, and I would probably have found more than a single video highlighting a death on that part. So those are the four things that I quote-unquote nerfed in this level. The rest I left untouched. So yeah, maybe a bit of a very extensive list of things, but I wanted to very clearly show that for like this beginning time of 2.2, these things will arise. And I really do not mind that you take these things on a local copy and patch it, because this game is for fun, and it's not for like legality purposes or something. Yeah, of course you want to be on the demon list or something, but this level isn't hard enough to be on the demon list anymore. And I still beat something which is, I think, equal to the difficulty of how it's meant to be. Because all these problems just arose without the need for them to exist. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that these are actually bugs. I patched them, and I beat the level now. Luckily, not very long after my death at 86, actually less than half an hour of playtime later. I really don't know how that happened. I just had a stellar performance. The one session I got in a voice call with someone, I was just actually thinking, oh, let's just play the level a bit to try to get over my maybe upcoming mental block because of that failure. And if I didn't really play well, then I thought, oh, are we going to do university stuff again? But I played well, and I played not long at all. Played for like 11 attempts. 11 attempts in normal mode and one practice run before to just make 100% sure that this problem would not arise anymore. So happy to have this beaten. Let's just exit out of this. An estimation of 7,884 attempts, because I also lost a lot of attempts when trying to save a level and the game crashed and all that kind of stuff. But then again, I also spent way more attempts than I should have because I was trying to beat a level with bugged gameplay, and only after like a week of playing or something, I finally made sure that it actually those were actually bugs. So yeah, I would just read this as an estimate, but still it felt like, with the gameplay in the level being very fast paced and it being a very latter half heavy level, with complex duels, by far the hardest duel I've ever beaten in a level, in a rated level. Actually, I don't think unrated makes any difference, but just to make sure the stat is correct, I can safely say that this felt to me like the hardest challenge since coming back to this game in the beginning of 2023, so in over a year about. So I'm happy to have this beaten, and looking forward to do the rest of the long levels list now. Thank God, I'm done.